Hi everyone, I welcome you back to this channel technical drawing masterclass. So today we are going to look at something new. As you can see, it's an apartment block with a ground floor plan, the first floor plan, then also the second floor plan. I'm going to take you through something new. I'm going to show you how you can draw the front elevation of this apartment block. So if you really want to know all the steps that you need to draw a front elevation of any multi-story building, stick with me until the end of this video, then I show you exactly what you need to do. So we're going to start by drawing a horizontal line just above this ground floor plan. So I'll select my layer for walls, then I'll use the line command, then I'll draw a horizontal line, but I have to make sure that my ortho mode is selected, all activated. That's when I'm able to achieve this horizontal line. So next, I'll click at it or select it, then I'll click at the offset command, then I'll offset this line at a distance of 450 millimeters. Then next, still I'll use the line command. Then at this point, I'll raise a vertical line. Then I'll highlight it, click at the copy command. Then I'm going to copy that line to these different points. Okay, so when you're done with copying those lines, next I'm going to click at this line, then I'll click at the offset command, then I'm going to offset it at a distance of 900, that's the window level. Then still I'll offset the same line at a distance of 3000 millimeters. So I'll press escape. Then next I'm going to start by placing the doors, the windows. As you can see right here, I'd already modeled out some of the doors and windows that we are going to be using in this project, all in this video. So this door right here is of the same measurements as this one, door one. So I'll select it, then I'll click at the copy command, then I'll click at this corner or point, then at this point I think you can see this, yeah. So I'll just transfer it right here, right there. Then the other door, it's right here, I'll also transfer it right here, yeah. Then next I'm going to also put in the windows. So I'll just copy this, as you can see it properly fits there. Then I'll raise it up to here. Then also another one supposed to be here. Okay, so when you're done, I'll simply select this line, then I delete it. Then also I'll highlight these lines and I'll delete them. The next I'll select these lines, then I trim off those lines that are protruding out. And also I'll do the same thing for these other ones. Okay, so what we're left with, I want to put an arch right here to show that this is a porch. Yeah, as you can see right here, this is a porch, and also this is a porch. Okay, by the way, I'm going to leave a link of these drawings in the PDF format just below in the description box. So if you want to have a copy of these drawings, you will check in the description box and have your copy from the link that I will leave there. So let's continue. So you find that the distance from the top edge of the door up to the edge of the wall at the top, it's 600 millimeters. Okay, so I'm going to select this line, then I will offset it at a distance of 600 millimeters. Yeah, so next I'll click at this line, then I'll press F at the keyboard, then I'll click at this fillet command. Then I'll first click at this line, then I'll click at the radius command just inside the command bar, then I'll put in the radius. I think let me use 400. Then I'll simply click at this line. Then I'll do the same thing right here. So I'll press F, click at the fillet command, click at this line, then just do the same thing as I did this side. Okay, so as you can see now, we need to still have another horizontal line right here. So what I'm going to do is I'll click at that line, then still I'll offset it at a distance of 600. Then I'll repeat the same process or the same thing I did here. So this is it. So I'll just click at this line and also that line. Then I'll click at the trim command and I'll simply trim off those lines. Sorry. So you find that we have this as our ground floor elevation. I'm going to copy what I have right here to have these different levels, the first and the second. So I'll select this, then I'll click at the copy command. Then at this point, you can pick any reference point. You can choose to pick this or this, any point you choose. So just transfer it up like this. Okay, so when you're done, you simply press escape. Then after that, I'm going to put a parapet wall up here. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll simply raise this one up. To an appropriate height. So when you're done, you press escape. Then I'll highlight it. Then I'll click at the offset command. Then I'll offset it at a distance of 50. even this one 50, 50, and also this one 50. Then I'll offset it at a distance of 700 millimeters. Then still using this line that I've selected, I'll click at the offset command. Then I'll offset it at a distance of 50 millimeters. So I'll select these lines. Then I'll click at the trim command. Then I'll trim them off. Also these ones, even that one, this one, that one, and lastly that one. Then also these ones. So next I'll trim off that line. Also I'll trim off that part of the line. Then also I'll trim off that one and also that one. Okay, so you can see that I've just created a simple parapet wall just above the last floor. So it's going to be a flat roof, yeah, a solid slab on top. So next I'm going to put the guardrails, yeah, on these different levels. So but we just need to create them and not yet modeled any. So I'll use this layer for objects. Then I'll use the rectangle command, but before I click at it, I need to first find out what this distance is. From that point up to this point, it is 3950 millimeters. So our guardrail is going to be of measurements 3950 by 1000 millimeters height. So it's going to be of length 3950 and a height of 1000 millimeters. So still you highlight it, then you explode it. So I'll click at the line command. Then at the center of this rectangle, I'll draw a line from the top line to the bottom line. Then I'll click at it. Then I'll offset it at a distance of 200. Then this one I'll give it an offset of 50. Then this one I'll give it an offset of 200. This one 50. Then I'm going to repeat the same process as I'm heading this side. Okay, I'll always leave this space such that the end parts of the guardrail that hook into the columns, this is the space that should be provided for the hooks that enter into the column, such that the guardrail can be installed firmly in this space right here. Okay, so next I'm going to highlight this. This may not be the perfect guardrail, but as you're practicing, you can always model out something that is perfect. Yeah, I'm doing this for the case of the video, yeah, just to illustrate to you what exactly I'm trying to mean. So I'll click at the mirror command. Then I'm going to mirror each and everything I have this side to this other side. So I'll click at this point, then I'll stretch out my cursor until this point. Then I'll hit no. Okay, so next I'm going to select this line. I'll offset it at a distance of 25. This other side, and also 25 this other side. So I'll highlight this middle line and I delete it. Okay, so next I'm going to select this line, then click at the offset command still, offset it at a distance of 50. Then also from this line I'll offset another line at a distance of 150 millimeters. So still I'll give it an offset of 50. Then down here still I'll click at this line, then I'll give it an offset of 200. Then still I'll give it an offset of 50. Okay, so this is what we have. So I'll select each and everything, then I'll click at the trim command, then I'll simply trim these lines off that I don't need. So when you're done, you simply press escape at the keyboard, then you highlight each and everything. In most cases, I would love to always turn this guardrail into a block such that it is easy for me to select when I'm trying to copy it to these different levels. Yeah. So when I'm done with selecting each and everything, I'll type in block at the keyboard. So this is it. Then when I click at the block command, AutoCAD brings me this dialog box called block definition. So here I'll put in the name guardrail, then I'll click at this pick point, then I'll pick this point, then after that I'll just hit OK. So you can see that it's already a block. Yeah, so even if I delete this one, I can always get it from here. It's right here. Yeah, so I can always pick it from there, then I'll put it here. Then after that I'll simply fit it in this space. Okay, as you can see, it's already there. Then I'll click at it, click at the copy command. From that point I'll just transfer it this other side, then I'll press escape, then still I'll click at these two guardrails, then I'll click at the copy command, then from this point I'll use it as a reference point, then I'll just transfer them up. Okay, so when you're done, you simply press escape. Yeah, so this is what we have. In most cases I always want to leave it blank like that. So next we are going to put the levels. Yeah. So I'll use my layer for walls, then I'll use this line type centered, then I'll click at the line command. Then next I'm going to draw a line, a horizontal line like that, but then let me first offset this line at a distance of 2000 millimeters, and also this side 2000 millimeters. So I'll select this line, it has to be dotted, then I'll stretch it up to this line, then I'll copy it to these other different levels. That one and also this one. So when I'm done, I'll simply highlight that one, I delete it, and also that one I delete it. So next I'm going to put an arrow. So still I'll use the line command. Then I'll create an arrow of dimensions 100. Then I'll press the tab key. I put in an angle of 45 degrees. Then I'll snap my cursor at this point. Then I'll have that point, then also that point. So I'll select this, I'll use this line continuous, then still I'll use the mirror command, then I'll mirror it right here, then I'll hit no. I'll select those lines in the middle, I delete them, select each and everything, then I join them using the join command. So next I'll select my hatch command, click at the hatch, I'll select my hatch layer from this, then select the solid fill, then you simply put it inside there. Okay, select that arrow, then simply move it right here. And next I'm going to put let me start from the ground floor right here. Okay, so I'm going to put some text. I'll click at the text command using the text layer. Then I'll reduce the height of this text to maybe 90. Yeah, that looks great. And I'll try to move it just next to the arrow. Now put it properly. Okay, right there. Then still I'll use the text commands. Then I'll put in ground floor level. Then I'll select each and everything. I reduce the text height to 90. Then I'll stretch it out. Okay, so that looks great. So I'll click at this text, then I'll move it down. Okay, so when you're done, I'll simply highlight each and everything. Then I'll click at the copy command. Then I'll copy them at this to these different levels. Like that. So when you're done, you simply press the escape key at the keyboard. So you find that this is at 0 level. Then this one, it will be, you just need to edit this one too. Do that. Then also edit this one too. First floor level. Then you position this one right. Then you double click at that text. Then edit this one too. 6,000 millimeters height. Click at that text, delete it. Just need to copy this. Then edit this one to second floor level. Then still at this point, double click at that text and you edit it to 9,000 millimeters height. Then edit this one, click at that text, delete it. Then click at this text, copy, click at the copy command. Then you simply copy it right here. Then you simply put in roof level. Okay, so this is exactly what we are going to do also this side. I'm going to highlight this text plus the arrow. Then click at the copy command. Click at this point. Then transfer them right here. I don't need to adjust the position of the last one, so I'll just adjust these ones somewhere there. The next, I'm going to put these texts. So I'll highlight each and everything, click at the copy command, and I'll just need to copy them this other side. Then I'll adjust their positions. Right there. So this is what we have. The next, I'm going to put the grid lines, because it's an elevation, so it's of importance that we put the grid lines. Yeah, so literally I'm going to use these same grid lines, okay, because remember we are viewing this block from this side. Yeah, so it's proportionally of useful that these grid lines will be the same ones that we shall use for the elevation. So what I'm going to do is I'll use the rectangle command, then I'll use a layer for depth points, then I'll draw a square of dimensions 2000 by 2000 millimeters. I'll select it, then I'll move it right here. Still I'll select it, then I'll click at that point and I'll move it right here. Oh, sorry, just need to copy it, not to move it. Okay, so still I'll use the rectangle command. From that point I'll stretch it out up to that point. So I'll select that square and also this square, then I'll delete them. So next, from that point, from this line, I'll offset another line at a distance of 100, because the thickness of our external walls is 200 from the dimensions here. Yeah, the thickness is 200, but then some of the internal walls are of thickness 100. Yeah, so always take note of that when you're practicing. So I'll select this rectangle, then I'll click at the extend command, then I'll click at this line that I've just offsetted like that, such that it can extend itself to this rectangle that I've selected. I'll press escape, highlight that line, then I'll put it under the layer for grid lines. I'll use this line type centered. The next, since I have this grid line, it's from this that I'm going to generate other grid lines. So according to the ground floor plan, the distance from this grid line up to this grid line is 4150 millimeters. So since this grid line is already selected, I'll click at the offset command, then I'll offset that line at a distance of 4150. Then I can see that it's the same distance between grid line B and grid line C, and it's the same distance between grid line C and grid line D, and it's the same distance right here. So I'll simply offset this grid line like that without wasting time. I'll select these tags, then I'll click at the copy command. At that point where they intersect with the grid line, it's where I'll click, then I'll transfer a copy of them right here. Okay, so next I'll select that rectangle and I delete it because I no longer need it at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dimensions. to show the distance between these grid lines. So I'll select my layer for dimensions, click at the dimension command. So at that point, I'll stretch out my cursor up to that point right there. So if you're accurate enough, you find that this distance will be the same distance as this one right here. So if they don't tally, then just know that somehow you have made a mistake in drawing your grid lines. So I'll select this dimension, hover my cursor at that blue dot, then select continue dimension. Like that. So you can see that we are almost finishing our elevation. So I'll select each and everything, then I'll try to move it up. The next, I'm going to name this elevation. So I'll select this tag, then I'll click at the copy command, then I'll simply transfer it up here. Okay, so I'll double click at this text, then I'll edit it to front elevation. Okay, I discovered that this is not the correct spelling for floor. I just need to adjust it to that. So this is it for this video. If you've really found something of helpful and it has added value to you, please you can give this video a like. You can also share this kind of content to friends and relatives that you feel like they are in need of this kind of content. Then also don't forget to subscribe such that you always get notified whenever we upload this kind of content. Yeah, thanks for watching. We meet next time.